Hello everyone. So in this video, I want to show you countries that is fast for you to settle in, countries where you can get your permanent residency real quick, right? So if your goal for migrating is to settle in the country you're going to, it's very important that you know how easy or how fast it's going to take you to settle in that country permanently. So, people migrate for many reasons. People are moving down to a country because they want to settle there permanently. So, if permanent residency is your goal, you really need to know how many years it's going to take you to settle in that country. It'll be quite unfortunate if you move down to a country and after like 3 years of living in the country, you then realize that it's going to take you a total of 10 years to get your permanent residency in that country. And you now begin to have regrets. And because you've already spent 3 years in the country, you don't want to leave and go start over in another country. You just stay there, to just, it can be a very unpleasant experience, right? So it's always good to be armed with all the information you need before you make the move. So if you're looking at settling in a country in 5 years, it's good that yes, this country I'm going to, it's going to take me 5 years to get my permanent residency, and then you prepare for that. That's the whole idea. Get prepared before you move. Don't move down and be met with an unpleasant surprise, right? So know what you're getting yourself into. So in this video, I want to talk about the countries, right, where you can settle the fastest, as little as 6 months, as little as 1 year, 2 years. You can settle in these countries I'm going to show you. So stick with me in this video if you're planning to move abroad to settle. If you're just meeting, my name is Jackie and you're welcome to the channel. Do subscribe so you can be seeing more videos like this. On this channel, I share information that will help anybody to relocate abroad, to work, to study, and to live. I have videos on so many pathways. Whatever your educational background may be, your qualification, your skills, your age, your budget, there is something for everyone on this channel. And if you're overwhelmed with information, you don't know which is best for you, you can talk to me privately. I do have a one-on-one consultation where I help people to know the pathways that are best for them based on their own unique situation. So you can send me an email and we can talk about your own private goals for relocation. Okay, so let's get right into it. So if permanent residency is what you want to achieve, then you really need to watch this video. The process of obtaining permanent residency on a work visa can vary depending on the country and the individual circumstances of the applicant. So in this video, here are countries that are known for having relatively fast and straightforward processes for obtaining permanent residency on a work visa. And these countries are in no particular order. It's all scattered. So I'm just going to mention them in no particular order. So they're all good. They're all top tier countries. And the number one country on my list is Canada. Canada has one of the easiest pathways to settle in the country. You can move down to Canada on a permanent residency pathway, and you can do that through the Express Entry program and the Provincial Nomination program. And programs like that do pop up once in a while that you can use to gain permanent residency in Canada. And Canada has different pathways you can explore as a skilled worker to gain permanent residency in the country. You can do that through the Express Entry program, like I said, and the Provincial Nomination program as well, alongside other pop-up programs that come up here and there. From the 30th of April of this year, carers can apply for permanent residency after they've worked in the country for 2 years. So as a carer, you're a home care worker, you're a living carer, you work in child care, adult care, or you work with people with health conditions, you can get your permanent residency in Canada after only 2 years of working in the country. So the pathway to permanent residency as a worker in Canada is one of the fastest in the world. And the number two country on my list is Australia. Australia also has a reputation for having an easy pathway to permanent residency in the country. Just like Canada, Australia also has their own pathway to moving down to the country as a permanent resident. And they have pathways such as the subclass 190, the subclass 189. And they also have different work visas, right, that lead to permanent residency in the country with as little as 1 year, 2 years, you can get your permanent residency in Australia. I've done videos about many of these visas, so you can see them in a playlist up here. Australia has like one of the most work visas in the world. They have so many work visas that skilled migrants use to settle permanently in the country. Australia is one of those countries that has the easiest pathways to settle. The skilled nominated visa or the skilled independent visa can take 6 to 12 months to process your permanent residency in Australia. And that is why this country made the list. It is one of the easiest countries to get permanent residency. And the number three country on my list is Germany. Germany is like the easiest European country to gain permanent residency as a worker. The EU Blue Card allows highly skilled workers to apply for permanent residency in 33 months, and you can even do it in as little as 21 months. If you have a university degree, professional training, and a qualifying salary, which is at least 56,400 euros per year, you can apply for the EU Blue Card in Germany. And it is easier to obtain if your profession is under the shortage occupations in Germany. How it works for the year 2023 is this. If you work in a shortage occupation, you need to earn 3,796 euros gross per month or more. And this equates to 45,552 euros per year. So if you're in a shortage occupation, you can get this easier and faster. So what are shortage occupations? You may be wondering. These are occupations that don't have enough workers in Germany. They are those occupations that need more hands. And there's a list where you can check if your profession falls under the shortage occupations in Germany. I'm going to leave a link below where you can check to know if your occupation falls under this category. What are the differences between the work visa and the EU Blue Card, right? So for the work visa, you need to renew it every time that you change jobs. So if you're changing from one company to another, you need to also go and apply for a new work visa. But for the EU Blue Card, even if you're changing jobs, you're changing employers, you don't need to change it, all right? And then on this EU Blue Card, you can apply for permanent residency after 33 months instead of the 60 months that you get on the normal work visa. And if you get a B1 language certificate, you can get your permanent residency in as little as 21 months in Germany. So under 2 years, you can get your permanent residency in Germany as a worker. And the next country on my list is New Zealand. New Zealand is also really coming up among those easiest countries to get your permanent residency. Right now in New Zealand, you can get your permanent residency real easy and fast through the different pathways that have been launched. New Zealand also have a pathway where you can move down to the country as a permanent resident, and that is called the straight to resident visa. I've done a video on this, or even videos, right? So you can check it up in the New Zealand playlist in the description below, right? So on the straight to resident, if your occupation is on the tier one of the green list is like their own shortage occupations, right? So if your occupation is listed there, you can apply for your straight to resident, and you do this after getting a job offer in the country. Then instead of applying for a normal work visa, you can apply for the straight to resident visa and move down to New Zealand as a permanent resident. And they also have other visas like the work to resident, where you can apply for your permanent resident after 1 year of working in New Zealand. So New Zealand has pathway for skilled migrants to gain their permanent residency in the country real fast. And the next country on my list is Ireland. Ireland is the only English speaking country in the European Union, and it's quite easy and fast to settle in the country as a permanent resident. And you can do this in as little as 2 years. And you can do this through the critical skills employment permit. So the critical skills is like Ireland's shortage occupations, right? So if your occupation is mentioned under the critical skills occupation list. So you get a job offer in the country and then you sponsor yourself down to Ireland. And after 2 years of being in Ireland on this critical skills employment permit, you're free to apply for your band 4. This band 4 has almost the same benefits as a permanent residency. And from this band 4, you can apply for your permanent residency real fast and easy. So moving to Ireland on a critical occupation is a fast way to gain permanent residency in the country. The critical skills employment permit is designed to attract highly skilled people into the labor market with the aim of encouraging them to take up permanent residency in Ireland. So the whole aim of this critical skills employment permit is to encourage foreign workers to seek permanent residency in the country, and that is why it's an easy route to PR. Eligible occupations under this type of permit are deemed to be critically important to growing Ireland's economy. They are highly demanded and highly skilled as well, and in significant shortage of supply in the labor market in Ireland. Occupations such as ICT professionals, professional engineers, and technologists are catered for under this type of employment permit. Nurses, midwives, teachers, and so many occupations are on this list. So you can check out the video I did about this in the description below so you can find out if your profession is under this list. So these are the countries I have for you in this video that you can get fast permanent residency. I'm going to do a part 2 of this video to show you all the countries that you can apply for permanent residency real quick. Please note that these timelines are subject to change. Things do change, requirements change. So as at this time, these are the requirements for all these visas, all these pathways, and all these countries I've mentioned in this video. So depending on when you watch this video, you need to check what the updated requirements are. So if you found this video helpful, do give it a thumbs up, that is a like, so others can get to see this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you've not done that already. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jackie, and I will see you in the next one.